Desperate Paparano. Neimole was there. Something tells me Neimole will be about 45 years of age, in her 40s and all that kind of stuff. And she's selling Sakamaje, trying to look younger, to say the least, and all that kind of stuff. I would implore you, Madam Neimole, to start moderating yourself, your age. Now, you see, when you shilly-shally and shallow, and you are kind of judgmental in a way to want to be super stupid, by trying to shade people into thinking that you don't care, even though you do. In order for us to take you seriously, be serious when you have to be serious. And I tell you why another time. It is clear, because I was asking a question at a time, that I attempted, ironically, to link you to Temi's platform. Wow! You are a very dull girl, and as a dullard, you took it seriously. I was only teasing you. I needed answers, and sheepishly and as shallow as you are, you answered my question. Inadvertently. So we know you did not hail from Temi's platform. I did not actually believe that was the case. But then it was clear that you started off supporting Joseph Aloba just like Comfy. Comfy is still supporting Joseph Aloba. Neimole, you went on supporting Joseph Aloba. You jumped in bed with these stinking sinkers and critical sinkers. And they sank so low, they drag you into the abysmal pit of hell. You managed to wriggle your way out of that, and you are stuck between Yomi and Aries. You made a fool of yourself, and I don't know how you ended up on Olori Ebi's platform. You are engaging with Yomi, the biggest scammer and scamamaje of the Black app. The same Yomi you supported in the past is the same Yomi that you are now castigating. Hallelujah. To give it to you, you now desperately open your platform, and if you spend 1 hour with it open, you are talking to yourself. How sad. Hey, we're going up. That's Desperado number 2. Desperado number 3 is coming up. The one and only Lizzie Diamond. Welcome to the party. Wow! Lizzie Diamond, wherever you are, no matter how irate you are and how over-engineered your brain is, the IT guy will not be engaging with you, because you are just a little-minded maggot, a miscreant, a deficient, inconsequential accountant, that once you drop your paper and we give you the accolade that you haven't cheated the nation, that is as far as your brain can conjure. And when we give you the opportunity to cower yourself and go silently, you decide you are looking for the IT guy. The IT guy now your mate. Because I don't want to disturb the peace, and I also don't want to liken you to people that will think I'm being derogatory, I think you need to quietly disappear to the pits of hell that you belong to. Then plenty. Who next? Then plenty. So, as far as I'm concerned, Lizzie Diamond, I spoke about you. We talk about you as you've spoken about IT and talk about IT in your respective platform that I've sat on the window and I've made the note with the dates. I will not be sharing it with you because it will be too shallow of me. It will be too kind of unpractical for me to descend so low to your garbage garage where you belong. So on that note, Lizzie Diamond, get a life. Now, that's number 3. Number 4, Lagata. We heard that Lagata is got, what's that thing called again? I'm surprised I can't even think about the toxic Lagata get NGO. After Doya Wokpa, allegedly. Imagine Lagata. Any scandal that is ever emerged from Justice for Mohbad since the inception 20 months ago, if Lagata's name is not there, think again. On that note, let's give him a clap for being the king of controversy. Camera up, camera down, canceling in, canceling out. He did a video and made it clear to the entire community and enclaves across the J4M advocacy that he is the one that stopped African television from attaining foundation status. He said it, he did the video, he said he's proud of it, and he will do it again. Wow! Lagata, you and your critical stinkers miscreant that are looking for popularity and looking for a way to re-engineer and reinvigorate your brands will never, including Paparano, have a duet to stain my integrity, my credibility, my supreme brand that glosses like diamond and platinum. I wasn't born yesterday, Lagata. You don't have to redeem yourself, but refrain from requesting to do it with me. The only person that can do it with me is our Supreme God Almighty. Because when I'm on my platform, I stay solemn, I stay grand. In 20 months on Justice for Mohbad, I have not compromised myself once. So none of ya maggots have shit on me. Right, we move on to number 5. The music pivot or pivot. And I don't know what you're pivoting and what you're pivoting. I'm going to make it clear to you, music pivots or whatever it is you call yourself, whoever it is you are, what you engineer your hero to be, and who you think you are. To me, you are a maggot. Let me tell you why you are maggot. Everybody up and down our landscape have the right to talk about the other person. Just like Arifa, that dirty pig went into my profile without any consent whatsoever, copied my profile picture, and then used that to want to get at me. Now the music, they are flagging me now. They say harassment and bullying. You see where? Anyway, let's change the subject because they are flagging me now. Inumbi yawon. Tap. Take it to 2.5K. They are flagging me. Arifa, Lagata, Lizzy Diamond, Neymoli, Paparano, Lizzy Diamond. They are flagging me. Tap. I just only there.
God be my witness. Me and you not get to business. I took my kindness for weakness. Softly, you no go tear my singlet. Challenge. Now they joke with my percentage. No go give to Caesar. What belongs to Otoku? How this you better? The money over there. Money no like cho. Oh, one movie.
Cho, I am your grandfather. Èmi ni bàbá yín. Ṣóyé yín. Ẹ̀yin wá lọ ń sọ pé am I audible? Ṣé mo wà audible? Everybody, am I audible? Wọ́n lọ ń flag mi àwọn wèrè. Ẹ lè gbọ́ òótọ́ torí pé kí ni you talk about me. Am I audible? Ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ bóyá mo audible. You talk about me on your platform, and when I talk to you, talk about you on my platform. Now let me tell you, am I audible? Eba answer the comment section. Yes. Now let me tell you something. I woke up this morning. I wasn't going to come live early. I took my time out. I went across the road to go and see my neighbor who needed my advice on some aspects. I came back and I'm having a glass of wine, a rosé. All your assertion aspersions about colors and Igbo and all that kind of stuff, that is the way you view your life. That is who you are. And you see, when we speak the truth, they say we are bullying them because they can't stand the truth. And there's no truth on the landscape up and down this black app in the last 20 months. In the last 24 hours, we've seen what is emerged. There is nothing that makes sense anywhere. Tap me to 5K. Nothing that makes sense anywhere. Now, talk about bullying. Paparano, you woke up 2 mornings ago after you've actually done 1.1 million for Yomi Fabi, and you decided you're going to give natural 500K, which is $500,000 naira. How noble of you. But in the process, in the last 72 hours, you dragged Aduke to the point of tears. So, Paparano, if you're a human being, if both Natural and Aduke are your sisters from two different, two different mothers, and your father has 3 moms. One of them is your mom. So 1 father, 3 moms. So your mom is your mom, Aduke's mom, and respectively Natural's mom. Now, if you have issues in your family, will you then support Natural and exorcise Aduke? And Paparano, you see, when you're doing this silly thing you're doing, you need to ask yourself a question. How humane is such act We've seen the same thing between Supreme and Yomi Fabi, and the way you got into that. You are trying to distract everybody right now by lying to yourself that you advise people to open their platform, and you're looking for a distraction to start playing games with other people. Paparano, come back to who you used to be. You have lost your ways, and I'm ashamed to actually disclose publicly that I was once your friend. I was once your advocate. I was once a fan of yours. What you've done in the last month on Justice for Mohbad epitomizes every shade of wrong in all manners of seeking justice. And it leans me towards, if there is anything across the land about anti-justice, you are not anti-justice. Yomi is not anti-justice. Aries, the whole lot of you are not anti-justice. Now you're now trying to define a process where you rogue the system and you get medals and trophies so that you guys can showcase a win for the fruitless effort you've put into not achieving anything in 20 months. Wow! So we can then go into the system, follow Yomi who's jumped into bed with the police, and then engineer and factor lies. And then Paparano, in your books, I don't know your level of education, and then you said, trying to remember the word you used. I think it's manipulation, but you said what you guys are engineering is, what is it again? African television said it's a bribe. And you said, African TV, are you there? You said something. It starts with an M. What is it again that it says? Some kind of stupid excuse, silly excuse of some sort. Anyway. So, whilst Paparano, Yomi Fabi, and Aries are trying to mobilization. Thank you so much, my brother. God will bless you forever. So Paparano called it mobilization. Some of his lies that he tells when it goes into his rogue dictionary. Paparano is a very clever guy who go into the internet when you're having a discussion with him. He's interested in the synonyms and will degrade himself to the lowest ebb and look for the most subtle comment or statement or word to use. Mobilization. So you, Paparano, if Adura was your brother, just like Queen Aya Alaja, Alaja was advocating on behalf of, what's that person again? Spending. And yes, Paparano, in your advocacy or other people's advocacy and in your defense, if Adora was your brother and you heard that Supreme and Yomi Fabi are trying to rogue him and lock him up 15 days against his will without the system knowing, and you've gone to mobilize the police. You know, when you mobilize, what do? Do you pick up people on the street against their will? Put something over their eyes and all that kind of stuff, bundle them into a vehicle and take them to a space somewhere, mago them, and then tell them to speak? Now, if you're going to tell them to speak, what are you going to do? Record them under duress and then get them to do what? Confess out of your mobilization, Paparano. In life, everything that is wrong, it's got all shades of wrong, and one single right will never make a difference. So Your mindset is becoming shambolic. Your platform is becoming so laughable, and your followers are becoming gullites. Supposers. Paparano, Google it for us again. Yeah, that's how much of a miscreant that you are. So keep going and keep getting them to flag me. But this one is for you. I will give you this one to have lost your mind completely. Now, tap, tap, tap. I'm going to bring people up. And I think I've covered the areas I want to cover. And I was just getting up to the top. I will introduce the last two in my next show before they flag me that I'm bullying. Can you imagine? I am speaking my mind, exposing all the manners of shenanigans that's actually been happening in the underground, all the sakamajes and the skaskamaje, and the people in the underground are flagging me. No be juju be that. Wow! Yeah. It's unfortunate for you guys that I will come live. I will not be your friend. If you want to derail the cause of justice to win trophy, and you see the aspect of Aries saying all we want to do is separate you that they threw someone down there and we're coughing them. Think about it. What is wrong is wrong. Anyway, so for the Goliaths, wow! The Dawokus, the Dawojayes, the Dawo Daku, the Dawodaji, once they pour water on their faces. You can see where I'm going there. Now, this one is for me. It's for you. It's for all the magas and the mugus, all the skaskama and the skaskamajes, the clever ones, the wise one, the dictionary ones, the ones with all the English, all the wake up, bring up your app, you click the button, and you're back in the same place where they've been giving you koboko relentlessly. You be he goat or she goat. We've been girly light for too long. It's time for us to wake up. Right, as you guys know, it's freestyle, baby. Tap, tap, tap. Take me to 5K. Share and love the show. Just share, share, share. We're going to go down to the nitty gritty. Who wants to be my guest number one? Anybody? Who wants to be the IT guy's guest number one today? Be brave. Come up. Don't worry. Controversy cannot rob off you. I am behind you. I will support you. It's not a problem, eh? I'm being the best. Oh yeah, who's brave enough? The first person to request is the first person that is going to call. Hey, Comrade Moses in the house. Hey! Yeah, who's brave enough to kick off the conversation? Because my first guest normally would define what the topic or the title or the subject will be. Who is the bravest woman or man in the land? And don't forget, if you are from Temi's platform, you are welcome. MFM's platform, you are very welcome. Oloriabi's platform, Onile, Comfy, you are all welcome. If you are a scientist, please drop in. Even the critical stinkers are welcome. And how can I put it? Sublime. You know, sublime?
I want to be your first guest. That's why I'm up, but I can't talk right now. I'll mute.
That will request and will not be allowed on my platform. And the music pivot is one of them. Lagata is one of them. Paparano is one of them. Naimoli is one of them. Lizzie Diamond is one of them. Arifa and music. Drag me as much as you can, but Arifa, thank you. It's my platform. As they say on their platform, they drop people, they gag people, they say. So, Paparano, you are free to block me if you need to, but I will not be bringing you up on my platform. I know we've been friends, and I know we've been, very coy and all that kind of stuff. But when I find that people are being dangerous derogatory, disrespectful, and engineering all formats of bullying, isolating people, ganging up and gang banging. Paparano, you are the king of ganging up. And if someone suddenly take and buy themselves, you may be the first person that caused the buying of anybody advocating on justice for Mohbad before anybody else, because you are not using your common sense. You are a little boy who is trying to be a man. You haven't grown. You haven't evolved. And I don't know what actually gives you the temerity, the temper, and the zeal and the power to believe that you run TikTok on Justice for Mohbad. You don't. In your engagement with Comfy back and forth, and you choose people you want to rogue, and people's brand you want to destroy, Comfy comes to mind straight away. You did the same thing to Joseph Aloba. There's always time to make your point and stop. And you haven't relented in your efforts. And you keep going on about, I want to show them that I am more IT than everybody. You are not IT. You are just, all you're doing is that you are making a fool of yourself.
The IT guy.
No. Nobody speaks. Nobody speaks for now, please. I'm sorry. I'm extremely sorry. Let me finish my monologue. And then we will find a topic and we'll bring people in, please. And although I've mentioned names, I haven't opened my platform to drag anybody. And I don't want anyone to be suggestive in that direction. So when you come up and you're going to speak, don't mention anybody's name or anybody's platform. That I will do. And when I do, I am ready to defend myself. I haven't opened my platform to drag anybody. But I always want us to have a laugh. Even at my expense sometimes. What are my failings? What are the problems? The IT guy is going, big mouth. Freestyle. Doesn't give a bumbleclad. And the reason why you can't find anything on me is not because I'm Jesus Christ, because I am the IT guy. The cyberspace is a space that we all need to respect. Without the cyberspace, as is known to man today, we would not have been able to do internet banking. Even if you want to order kpekus, or you want to order gbola, you can still do it in the cyberspace. And that's that about that, according to Olori Ebi. You see, that is a fun we catch on this platform. Oh yeah, tap me, take me to 10K and share it to as many people as possible, because me, I love to laugh about these things. And if you guys are tagging along and enjoying the laugh, so be it. But obviously we're going to bring people up and we're going to make it sort of like interactive as we do. They're going to record us because they have to. Why not? I mean, if you look at a shade of laugh and you want to laugh, you have to laugh. And you really want to roll on the floor, you've come to the right place. So there's a lady that was calling my attention. So the third down the grid because I'm struggling to see the screen. So when I split my screen and I play music, when it comes back up, it takes a while for it to come back to normality. So the third person on the grid could be who is it? S something. Okay. Yeah. You wanted to say something. I can't see the name. Phil baby. Yeah, that's Phil baby. Is there noise? Hold on. Is there noise in your background first? Fix the noise in your background if you want to speak, please. I know African television is there. Okay, very wicked lady. Do you want to be my first guest to kick us off? If you unmute yourself.
No, I don't know the topic yet. Let's just
All right, okay. Don't worry. All right, chill in the back.
Let me IT. Sorry, brother. Sorry. My major concern in this hour is what you said. That very wicked lady was brought to tears.
She was robbed.
Bro, please, can somebody summarize? Because I want to hear this, please. I wasn't there. I didn't know of any such thing.
Let's give the queen herself to tell a story. I think it will be better that way. Yeah. But in the meantime, African television, what is it today that is of grave concern to you, my brother? Anything at all that you find outstanding?
I'm still not able to talk, but I just noticed very wicked is up, and I needed to bring that question up, that issue up to know what happened because I'm tired of people trying to take sides and castigate people that are being truthful and direct. So if any injustice was meted out, I want to hear it before I even talk about anything else. I'm particular.
That's good. I mean, I can carry on, and then we.
Yeah, please carry on. I'll speak brief later. I'm still here, please.
Okay, we're gonna get there.
Excuse me, the IT guy. Sorry,
yes, please.
Is this are we talking about Aduke or Justice for Mohbad? What's the topic about?
Let's not talk about Aduke at the moment because
Okay.
we want Aduke to speak for herself.
All right, okay.
So that we're not making wrong assertions, and we just need to make sure we get it right. So we're talking about justice for Mohbad. We're talking about the issues we've had all over the last 20 months. We're also talking about revelations from our findings in underground activities, which has actually brought personalities in the land to come out and want to come and defend themselves. And I actually think that if I make an assertion on my platform, don't DM me. Go into my profile, copy my picture, and then go and make a show for me. Then you want me to co-host with you. Come on. How intelligent do you think you are? We do things with a bit of common sense, and normality is normal. Unfortunately, common sense is not common. All right, my lady, speak whatever is on your mind, unmute yourself and engage with everybody, please. Yeah, if you have anything to say for now. Otherwise, I keep digging down until I find someone who's brave to come up. Hey, the thing is, people don't want to come up because their comrades are there, and then they're thinking, if I come up now, how am I going to go back to my platform? And they're going to see me as a Judas. That is the part of the problem that I want to highlight, and that is the fact that people allow themselves to be cajoled. They allow themselves to be brainwashed. And then they have all this following, fellowship and followership, where they've actually given their soul to the platform. They've given their soul to the group. So if it's time to, how can I put it, time to gangbang and group shade and group this, they are ready. But when it's time for them to come up independently to speak for them, because they have been rogued to the corners, because they've not been allowed to speak, because all they do is follow, say hallelujah, get the lions out, get the universe out, and they keep brainwashing them. When you keep brainwashing people, you get up to a point where you've killed their self-reliance, you've killed their supreme being. And I think that when you subject yourself to a situation where your self-esteem is in the gutters, you will not be able to speak or manage yourself. Now, let me tell you something. On my platform, you can speak Yoruba. You can speak Pidgin. Akpa, where are you? My brother, we fell out some times ago. And he's still my brother. He remains supreme. I was on his platform overnight and all that kind of stuff. One thing I like about my guy is I want Vano, make I Vano. And you know, when I started experiencing Akpakpa, Messi Idris, Natural, I used to I will laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. Now, that was a long time ago. And look at where we are now. See? But Papa is my man. He's my brother from, whether it's Delta, whether it's Warrior, whether it's Port Harcourt, so anywhere, if this guy can make me laugh, I will never laugh again. No, I want her to speak, and I've directed the mic at her, and she's not speaking, so I can't force her to speak. That's a problem. If she wants to speak, she can speak. Still gonna look for, because I mean, they are some of my customers, allegedly. Some of my fans, because I'm so famous. Yeah, there are some people that can bring up and they will speak straight away. African TV is one of them, and you, very wicked, you guys are busy, that's fine. So I'm still looking for another customer, or should I say another fan, allegedly. We're going to get there, don't worry. We're going to speak, we're going to kick off the conversation. But everybody, just feel free. I have actually kind of give you a list of people I am not going to have on my platform, because they will just come and dirty my platform. And I don't need that. So if they want to speak and they want to say anything, they want to debunk anything, even if they want to do a show for the IT guy, they should do that exclusively on their own platform. But I'm not giving them IT guys.
Spicy G
Get
still
big
go
mouth,
ahead.
IT guy. You get big mouth. Yeah, Spicy G, speak to us now. What's in the happen now? The day here, me, I don't become a papa now. Oh yeah, Spicy G, Vanom. Vano make we hear you. Let me look in my Akpakwa's dictionary because I think I've got some ofre. Well, I did. Me, I was minding my business, and then one day I woke up in the morning. I was trying to get a coffee in the morning to wake myself up. I put my earpiece on. I clicked on the black app, and it was natural on a platform. Said the way IT guy they carry himself, the way they speak is pidgin. IT guy, aristocrat, and Adenike, they are not Yoruba. They're just looking for sense of belonging because they no say if they no play the trick say them be Yoruba, they not go accept them. Me where I no understand worry Igbo or Okpiripi. Let me. Hey, wait, is that nonsense? According to the IT guy, aristocrats, and and Lady Adenike, they are all from Warrior Delta. Igbinegbu. You want to rogue us and run away. Let me find this another one. I like this one. Oh, Fre. I don't enter Wahala today because I'm not supposed to be laughing profusely. Once I start laughing profusely, no, I never lose sense of composure, really, to be honest. So everybody is a bit kind of like thinking, here comes a boss man. I need Jack. Where's Jack? Jack is their grandfather, their grandmaster. I'm looking for Richie, and I need to set him up. Richie is by far the only man on justice for Mohbad that doesn't know how to do woto. Richie, I'm coming for you. I'm going to try and get you because when Jack did his woto, Jack.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you ready? Okay, go on.
Yeah. Are we starting? Are we
Hold on. Let's do something. How do I do this? You did a marathon show.
So you were at the window as usual, right?
No, I couldn't. Reason being, remember when we left Celeste platform on Friday?
Yeah.
I had to go out, and I did not actually return until the early hours of the morning. So I needed to get some sleep. But when I got up at some point, and I really would have loved to join the show. Unfortunately, too much to drink, too much recovery to do. So yeah, I was kind of like in and out, in and out, and I think that I caught the closure of it when everybody was giving their thank you to the gentleman that did all the work for every one of us, enlightened us, to say the least. And you did a good job. But now that you're here, and you said the thing is intellectually, no one has actually really said much about your show. And if we more like of us going forward.
Wow. Yeah. The show yesterday was actually very nice. It's actually a marathon. Well, I guess I was live for like 13 hours. That was the longest I've ever been. I've ever. Of course, I'm not a host though. But yesterday was. I didn't have the plan to. I didn't have in mind to stay long like that. I only had the intention of.
You are a host. Don't say you're not a host.
No, I am not. I'm
We,
an
we are
accidental
all
host.
we all
Right.
should endeavor. Once you have the right number of people to open a platform, we are one.
Yeah,
And then
I have my reason. I don't call myself a host like a
no,
regular
no,
host that you see coming live every day.
you have automatically become a host. You see, when you open your platform for the period of time you did, do you know how many bloggers that record a session?
I launched the platform, but the main reason
At my platform,
I'm a host because I don't want to be.
No, I tell you something.
Well, when I want, like last in December, I wanted to speak my mind, and I don't want it another. Oh, I don't want to carry the show to
You don't
another.
want people to speak for you. That is it.
Exactly. So I wanted a place where I can speak out and that people will hear me. So that is why I opened up that platform in December.
Even Thunder Fire there, tapping for me down there.
Back to the question.
We don't have to be seasoned. I think if we have something to get understand, and I love to interact. But the thing is that you did something very well. Sometimes it's not planned, but it was quite robust because your guest had most of the time,
Yes.
and people were patient. And
I was shocked that people waited for 10 hours straight.
But
I was live all through for 13 hours, but people waited
can you
for
believe
hours.
you have brought something fresh to the table, something that has not been done before, right? And I congratulate you for that. It is what I call freestyle because it was never planned that way, but it materializes itself to something useful. And the fact that you are there, because it's difficult to loan your platform to people without you being there.
I was away for like a 30 minutes, and I want to give all thanks to Jack. Jack was able to hold down the platform for
exactly. But by then, you'd already got a conversation going.
Yeah. Yes.
So the question again, I want to simplify it so that you just summarize a token from your environment that we can take away with us. So this personality came, he educated us. Now, the first question is, which you don't have to answer yet. What has it said that is different from what we know? One. What did we learn from him, and how can we apply it together?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to mute myself now and leave you to it.
Yeah. My guest talked about a lot of things. In fact, yesterday the show ended ended well, and we were all happy after he left. And what we learned is that he talked about on the difficulties that we are facing in this G4M movement, all right, and that we should hold the police, hold the government, especially the police, responsible for all that. That number one, the corona, in fact, he even break down that the corona inquest does not have the right. They can only advise the police. It's not a must that the police is going to it's not a must that the police is going to listen to corona inquest. They will just tell them, okay, corona inquest, what is your own take? They can give advice to the police. They can. It's not. The police is not going. They cannot dictate to the police. And you also talk about. He's talked about a lot of things. He talked about how we can. He's also talked about the case at the station, that no matter what, that the case cannot be closed, it cannot be closed if there's a new evidence. Of course, the case is going to be reopened, All right. The case is sorry. Oh, I am still booting. Oh, all right. I've not really slept for that long, so you can see that my mouth is still my speech is still shaky somehow. So you said that we should. And when he sees that the things that is, and I ask him again that, do you think with what we are going through right now, do you think the police they've done well? He said no, that there's a lot of lapses. They've not that in fact.
If I was there and I had the opportunity to ask him a question, the bit that I ponder over so many times is the fact that we have a situation, then we have a complainant, which would have been the family of the deceased, which will include the entire family, Wumi, Cynthia Adebanjo, and the entire Aloba clan, right, would have been complainant. Yeah. Now, there are loose words that we have on the streets in all manners of connotation, whether we are talking about lacunas, whether we're talking about, if I can, because I made some notes, whether we're talking about the local standing and various sort of like legal jargons. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what can the public do independent of the family that can have an impact? Was such anything of that nature discussed? What the public can do, where the public can come together, put a force together, and even if we're engineering a petition towards the police, can we really make it happen and make it substantial enough to challenge anything at all?
Yeah, he said something like that. I guess he said number one that there are a lot of opportunities that it was already wasted. All right. Because it said number one, you don't want to mention, you don't want to go to the route of mentioning any legal, because he's aware that the family has about 3 lawyers that's already come and gone already, So you don't want to mention no names. He was just giving his own opinion. We get into the to his own view, And he said that the public. There was a part where he said the public could have been the one to champion the whole cause of this thing instead of the family. All right. And he said, there's as it is right now, that the corona inquest is about to get to the end. That we should wait and see whatever we want to do right now. We should just pause and be a little bit patient and see the verdict of the corona. See, because anything we do right now, it might boomerang. But is it okay for us to be saying here, because I know that there are some people from the other side that
No. It is incredibly useful that we kind of took a lot in and on at the same time. And the fact that during that period of time, a lot of people are in their bed, in their sleep, in, respective jurisdiction across the globe, timelines and all
Yeah,
that.
because I'm still going to do a review. I'm trying to download the whole program because it's a long one. If I can't download it, what I would do is that I'll have to be screen recording it.
I was more like zoning in and zoning out.
He answered all questions, every question that was
Yeah.
asked.
I'm actually conscious of that, and I was looking for a situation that can wake me up. The situation that will wake me up is when there's a banter. And the fact that there wasn't any banter, because for me, I would have modeled it up a little.
No. It was so peaceful. Yes, everybody was
I
shocked. Everybody
know.
was actually enjoying it.
So it's difficult to know where you guys are. It's difficult to know what you're talking about because there's no banter. Because if there is banter back and forth, and you have on your panel maybe about 3 or 4 or 5 people jabbing him with question, and they're not giving him a breathing space, then I would have come up to say, oh yeah, let me go and drink
I was
coffee.
busy looking for you. I was like, where is the IT guy now? Because I was sharing this and I said, I know this man will probably be on the window.
I was there. I was homing in, homing out, but I wasn't really getting, because you see, the thing is that for me, it's not that I love to stir things up. I love to keep people awake, because the whole situation is the moment it drifts out a bit, people get bored. You understand? So I need to engineer something in. I need to wake people up. You just need to do that because it's useful the way you've done it, and God knows if people are not fighting in 5 minutes, I'm not having a show.
Okay, at least for the first time. Plate again. I was thinking of doing that today, but but this is
What we probably can do, your same show, just try and bring the same gentleman back at a time when people will be awake, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. He's a very busy person, though. I don't know when, but we try to see
The
him.
thing is, you see, as busy as we get, once you get used to the black app, you always make time for it. You understand? You get it. You will just make that time. And thing is, look, he's done a great job. A lot of people have recorded it. Whether it gets tagged or it just goes into the FYP and it's like him speaking. Do you understand? Over a period of time, he'll realize that he probably needs to make more time. Every publicity is a very good one. Even the bad one can be good one for you sometimes.
Yeah.
If someone threatens me, there's a camera down. You know what I will do? I will release it myself. Then I will narrate the story. What do you think, boss man? I will just drop it out myself now.
Yeah.
If the person threatening me, and I'm 100% sure that the person they have it, then I will drop it myself.
Yeah. if you were to
got us together. I just haven't got money for you.
But if you were to be in that position, do you think you would have dropped it yourself?
I will do 100%. But look, if you give blackmailers the opportunity, they will ruin your life.
I think I would have done the same too.
Do you understand? Because the way you look at it is that even if they get £1 million off you, they will not stop.
Yeah, they won't. They will continue to have.
After you've drained your bank account and you sold your house and you've done everything, and you're telling them you've got nothing more to offer, they are not going to stop. So the bottom line is, defy the situation and just drop it. You look at Tiwa Savage, come on. Do you know how many of the supporters, how many of the global sponsors that detracted from it? And within 72 hours, as those ones are dropping their contract, the contracts that were coming up a week later were 10 times, 50 times more. Because anything you cook in the kitchen, the one that is not to the taste of even a goat outside your house or a maggot outside your house, someone can still walk through the door and find it savory. Do you understand what I'm saying? One man's meat is another man's poison, and vice versa. And that's just the way, because for me, I will tell you, I swear to God Almighty, no human being can blackmail me. If I am 100% certain that I at least have 80% or 90% inkling that you have it, not even an inkling, I know you have it. I will drop it myself, knee, back. And that is it. This is IT guy getting naughty. Now, it is now up to you and the person to prove that it's even me. If my face is not there. She be Nagbola, you want to say, okay, Nagbola, this is IT guy's Bola. Show my face. And if I show my face, so be it. At least I can blur my face on my own and you can put my face on your own. But I've beaten you to it. And that is what happened.
Let me ironically
Iron
twist
Lady.
something
Let me
around
just
now.
drop this. This is what happened between the Supreme Iron Lady and Yomi Fabiyi. Yomi Fabiyi came out quicker than Aries. They were going to do the same thing to each other, but Yomi Fabiyi became the master of the game. Let's always make reference to what is happening here. Yomi Fabiyi beat Aries to it. Unfortunately for Aries, is the situation between Chairman and Bella. One person have an upper hand. Bella had her upper hand to Chairman, and Yomi is the same thing on the other side. Trust me. Because when I sent some stuff out about the AI with Trump and Elon, I sent it exactly what is happening on Justice for Mohbad. Although it's an AI, a satire, and as a satire that it is, the reality of it, in reality, the realism of the situation is what we are experiencing right here. Somebody is going to beat you to it. So if you want to blackmail me, the IT guy, they never born your papa or your mama. Because I will first of all shade myself. Me that I love to take the piece out of everybody. I will first of all take the piece out of myself. Did Sakuma not come out last night? Was there any problem? Sakuma came out last night, bossman. No problem. We were on
I saw
we
him.
were on Papa's platform last night,
I saw him.
after midnight.
In fact, while we were having the show, he was already on the other line. It was live on
Yes,
the.
I was there. I came up. Paparano came up. I was there. This is what I'm saying.